Good morning, good morning, good morning. Again, I rise up this morning because I really am trying to get people to get out to these polls. There was a huge crowd of voters yesterday. We need to continue to get out to these polls, exercise our rights to vote, and vote like your life depends on it. We are on the brink of, and I don't know how many times I have to say this, and I know I'm not the only one saying this. We are on the brink of losing democracy. And let me tell you something. You have a lot of people who are practicing, listen to me closely, conscientious stupidity and sincere ignorance. Let me say that again. Conscientious stupidity and sincere ignorance. You might say, what do I mean by that? People are looking at and supporting people that they know do not have their best interests. I shared with you all on yesterday. What are we going to do? Are we going to stand up now for democracy, or are we going to lay down and let fascism come in and take over everything? Because at that point, if the wrong people get power, you better believe what these people are saying. They are really saying that they are going to take away Social Security. And here we sit with people who running out to the polls, voting against their own interests as if they don't need Social Security. I do not understand it. I will never understand it, how people are so comfortable voting against things that will help them and voting for things that will not help them. That is conscientious stupidity. That is sincere ignorance, because you know as well as I know, there are many out here who need Social Security. There are many out here who needs disability. And guess what? That is your money. And they are telling you, let me just go on and say it, because everybody is listening to the same news feed that I'm listening to. Okay? These people are telling you to your face what they are going to do. If they get the chance, if they get the power, they are going to take this country down to nothing. Fascism is just waiting to get in that seat. And let me tell you, I will say, again, I am quoting Liz Cheney. If we lose democracy, y'all, she said it will take 200 years to try and get it back. And I don't know about y'all, but I ain't got no 200 years. I am sick and tired of people walking around acting like nothing is going on when we are on the brinks of losing democracy, where you will not have no rights, because you will be just like Russia and these other places. Your vote, they are trying to get in positions that they can say that your vote don't count. You know how they're doing that? I forgot to write it down, but I will, because I heard it on yesterday. I didn't even know about it. And one of the videos I was looking at on TikTok, and it wasn't one of them, it's several. It's something that they're trying to get in place to no matter what. This is these election deniers who are running for gubernatorial positions. People, can y'all wake up for just a few weeks here and get this together? These people are running for secretaries of state. These are people who are trying to get the power. And let me tell you what they're doing. They're trying to set this stage to get in these positions so that when 2024 comes, they are able to reelect Donald Trump. This is what it's about. I'm going to get the name of that law that they are trying to pass. as we are sitting here fighting for democracy. Stop sitting in these houses like nothing is going on. People, there was a good turnout yesterday. Yes, it was. But we got to keep up the momentum. We got to keep this going. Please, please, let's keep this going. Georgia is showing up over there. They showing up. North Carolina, those people are showing up. South Carolina, come on, Texas, what's wrong with us? Arizona, these people are getting to these polls, and we over here in Texas like ain't nothing going on. What's wrong with us? I know people are voting, but we got to get more people to the polls. We got to doing this early voting, because you are dealing with people who are saying, they caught them on tape. They are saying what they're going to do. Kevin McCarthy, he sent out the wrong memo the other day and said what it had everything laid out. Once they're going to get rid of the January 6th committee. Don't you know you got voters out here that they say that Trump, they say that he's the orange Jesus. I mean, this is crazy stuff. Did y'all not see them go down there to that CPAC conference and worship this golden honor that they made of this man? Did y'all not see that on television? Oh, no, we're not looking at that. We're trying to make parties and playing weddings and do all. Y'all, if democracy comes, you ain't going to have to worry about all that. You won't have to worry about all that. You got people who are at 100% levels of exercising sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity who say, oh, those people, they weren't doing nothing at that insurrection. Well, if they weren't doing nothing at the insurrection, why do you have officers that's dead, that lost their lives? Why do you have cases going on where people are going to prison? And the only ones not going to prison is the politicians. And the largest one is Trump himself. I'm just going to tell the truth about it. Stop all this. Got to hide everything. And ooh, don't say that. Tell it like it is. Everybody's being punished but him. And you know what? The people who continue to follow him and to continue to act like they don't have a mind of their own, because let me tell you something. Just like the law treats you to be old enough to know the difference between right and wrong, and then you will be punished by law, when you know right from wrong, just like you raised your children, and when they did something wrong and you disciplined them, but you got a grown man who sit here and put these people out here because yes, he started it up talking about what if he didn't win. Now you got it, all these people, the next election deniers running for position. What do you think they running for? And they love this man to death. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to be apologetic about it. If you sit down and do not get involved in this election and you let this happen, let me tell you something. God going to deal with some people. He gonna deal with some people, because he say in his word, faith without works is dead. In other words, you sitting here, you watching stuff going on, and you won't even rise up out of your places of comfort and do nothing. You can get on the phone and call people. You can talk to people. It's something everybody can do something. Myself and my co-host, we have been going since January trying to inform people and educate people with the help of the candidates, especially William H. King III, who is running for Galveston County Judge right here in Galveston County. He did his final address on last night, speaking from the heart with much passion. I posted it on my Facebook. It's also on YouTube. You can go out there and listen to what he's saying with passion. I pray that y'all do take some time out the day to listen to his message to the voters. We got to stop it, and we get mad and upset like we so fragile because somebody speaks the truth. Well, the truth has been spoken to you over the years, but just because there is a small group of people who think that they can run this world are out there spewing propaganda, and you got people running behind it. You sit in your house afraid and say, my vote won't count. But let me tell you, you're doing just what they want you to do. Get off of these sidelines. It didn't take me that long to go down there and vote. I voted early, and I'm proud that I voted early. And I know other people that voted early and send me screenshots that I voted. People, we are not at a point in life where we can just sit down. People died. People died. And I'm going to tell you something. Not only did people die so that you can have rights, I'm going to speak to my women that's running around here. Yeah, I heard it from some women on TikTok. They making it known that, they so religious. They so religious that I just can't go with people who support abortion. Well, let me tell you something. When they take away their rights, our rights, they taking away yours too. They have said, do you know in that memo that McCarthy sent out, it said in that memo that doctors would receive 5 years of imprisonment if they are found to do abortions. And guess what? Not only that, they don't care if it's incest or rape. So your husband can go back to raping you just in case you think you're doing something because my husband, he don't believe in that. Well, if you want to let your husband own your body, that's you. But let me tell you something. I'm a woman all by myself. I don't need no man tell me what to do and what your own health. And you can't think on your own. You so religious. I love the Lord with all my heart and soul. But let me tell you something. We weren't designed to just bow down to people. Just because. See, what's happening, the people, let me go and say it, in this Republican Party, they know they got their people brainwashed. They don't even have to do nothing. They don't even have to fight for their votes. They don't even have to go out here and walk the streets. And everybody want to beat down the Democrat candidate, but they the ones out here in the streets trying to get you to know who they are, trying to share with you their platforms and their agendas and what it is that they want to do and their vision for the different states. Come on, y'all. And I don't care what position that they are going for. They have been out here beating these streets. But I'm going to tell you something. Republican candidates don't feel like that. You know why? Because they know they've got their people brainwashed. Because all they have to do is talk hate. Get mad at me if you want to. But I'm telling you, I'm too grown to be sitting around here allowing people to tell me how to think and how to feel. Because when I see that somebody is trying to do something, not only to hurt me, but to hurt a multitude of people and just sit back and I'm on a platform where I can share that, I'm going to talk about it. And I think it's not enough people that have platforms talking about it and laying the truth out here. How in the world can you sit down and whether it's a paper ballot or you going out to the various locations and pull and bubble in a circle in or whatever in your state that's taking place, that in the election for somebody to support somebody that want to take something from you that you know that you need. You know how they do it? Because they think it's not going to hurt them. It's just going to hurt them people over there in that Democrat party. Baby, when this thing come down with a hammer, if they get their way, America already don't look like she's supposed to. It's going to get worse. So in case you sitting at home listening to folks saying, your vote don't count. See, every time you say that, they like that because they getting out there to the polls. They want you to think like that. And I'm going to tell you, I'm tired of fighting with people and trying to get people to understand the importance of it. My prayer is, God, Lord Jesus, for every person that sit there and push that foolishness, send 3 more that don't believe and won't listen to that. When are we going to get serious about this? Y'all, we are on the brink. They just had a shooting down there in Missouri. Come on, these school shootings have started to take place again. Because why? The school system has started back up. Kids can't even go to school. They got to be taught how to run for safety. And y'all sitting here trying to, I ain't gonna vote because voting don't matter. No, it don't matter to you, but it sure matter a hell of a lot to a lot of other people. See, you haven't looked over your child's body yet. You got people around here supporting Alex Jones when he was talking about all those little kids that got killed down at Sandy Hook. Oh, that's just staged. Do you know how that made those parents feel? Just because, they support him because they didn't like Obama. You know, I ain't never had no kind of conversation with Obama. Never meet Obama in their life. Him neither. But this hate is strong. It's so strong. It's got people that even myself thought had some common sense. I had to step back and take a second look at them. You really believe that? You really believe that these people for you? You really believe that your vote don't count? Really? You believe that? No, you don't. You just don't want to join in and try to help save democracy. See, because it's selective when people do that kind of stuff. It's selective to support people in that. Running around here with these people and saying stuff about people that lost their children to gun violence. We right here in the state of Texas with people running out there trying to keep a governor in place because he didn't win, I'm going to say it, then went found a black woman. Yeah, I'm sorry that she lost her child. But look, Beto wasn't in place when that happened. That happened in 2018. Beto was not in place when that happened. But you know what? They got their constituents so brainwashed, they'll go out there, they'll follow. You can't give them no honey. They just like flies. They flock to the mess. They don't want no honey. They don't want things that's going to help them. I don't care who get mad at me. We always in our feelings. They not in their feelings when they say what they want to say in the grocery stores, in the restaurants, wherever they see you and they look down at you. Sometimes they just looking at you because you black and you ain't supposed to have the opportunity to sit in the same restaurant with them. These people are talking about sending doctors to prison for 5 years. You're already trying to make women carry children that I don't even understand it. I don't even understand adult people who follow after this foolishness. I really don't understand it. But I do know this, that this is conscientious stupidity and it is sincere ignorance. But I also know I don't buy that. I don't buy the fact that it's okay to be that way and then try to make me feel like it's okay that you think that way, that you think so highly of somebody else who is not doing right and won't do right by the people in the United States of America. And I not only have heard President Obama, former President Obama say it, I heard right now, every time William H. King III, who is running for Galveston County Judge, has come onto the platform with myself and my co-host, every time he always say, I want to serve with Democrats, Republicans, and independents because this is the United States of America and we are better together. And he's running against a man that literally said he don't have to do anything because his constituents gonna vote for him anyway. That somebody think that of you. They don't think nothing of you. I don't even know the man, haven't even saw the man. And it's not me, it's people all over this county are saying that. And I'm talking about Democrat, Republican, and independent. They don't even know the man. The man don't even come out. He just sits and make good money, and that's it. And his constituents, they just going to put him back in there. That's why he wouldn't debate. That's why he wouldn't debate Candidate King. He's so sure, because you know why? Because they got them brainwashed. They are brainwashed. This MAGA crowd is real. It's real. They do want things to go back. They have a woman right there in Arizona running for a position, trying to get a gubernatorial position, saying that we need to go back to 1964. I mean, past 1964, from 1964 back. In other words, we don't need no civil rights. You and I, we don't need no human rights. These people are, this thing is bigger than what you see. They are setting the stage. They are setting the stage for their Jesus. Trump is their Jesus. He has already gave them their marching orders. For him to, don't you know, if these people get back in position, they are already saying the elections will go the way that they say. So it don't matter how much you get. Oh yeah, your vote won't count then. If you get to fascism, if they get their way back in, and we on our way there, and they get their way, and get these positions and get this power, let me tell you something. You can't, what you say will come to reality. That voting don't count. Because yours as a Democrat, yours as a Republican, yours as a dependent will not count if they get their way. They are setting the stage to bring back Trump. And by the time he get back in there, he'll be 80, but they good with that. Oh, they good with that. They are not focusing on the short game. They are looking at the long game. And I'm just so sick. And I'm going to say this, and I know people get upset about it, but you know, I'm old enough to handle myself. People calling themselves evangelicals. Y'all the saddest set of Christians I ever seen. Sitting around here because you're not worshiping God. The truth be told, you're not worshiping God. You are worshiping a man. And then these men that don't have no background, that's following this man. Just like I go back to Liz Cheney, I can't help but to quote her. Like she said, this election is the most crucial election that we are going to face. Because if we don't get it right, we will not ever see democracy again in 200 years. She's a Republican, y'all, and she's telling you. And it's not just her. Michael Steele, a former Republican, he said it. He said, I forget the lady podcast he was on. He said it, but it's on my page. If we lose democracy, it's going to be a sad day in America. I'm simply saying, people, am I angry? Yes, I am. And you ought to get angry. You ought to get angry enough to get to these polls. Oh, I had a lady tell me, I said, well, you know, it's all in God's hands. She said, yeah, it is. But we got to get away from that, Sister James. We got to get away from that. Because, as you often say, faith without works is dead. We got to do our part. We got to flood these polls. And she worked the polls and has worked the polls for years, and it's her passion. And she said, I'm not going to let these people scare me. I don't care. They come what they want to. I'm not going to let these people scare me. See, that's the attitude you got to be bold. You got to be bold. Because these people right now, I'm telling you, they 100% practicing sincere ignorance, and conscientious stupidity. They exercising that at the highest level. So I'm doing these morning talks, conversations right now. But I'm also over there on TikTok and sending out messages to push people to vote. Get all your social media outlets, and you can do something that way. Everybody can do something. Because when you've got a group of people that's willing to go along with wrong, I'm sorry, I can't respect that. I cannot respect that. People just sitting up, deliberately voting against their own interests. See, you running around here supporting the NRA. They know they're going to take my gun. They're going to take your guns. You already know they're not going to take your guns. You already know that's propaganda. You already know that. But see, if that's your child that gets killed at a school, if that's your child that gets killed at the grocery store, if that's your child, come on, or your parent that get killed at the movie theater, if that's somebody that's close to you, see, all of a sudden it matters. So see what they're making it look like, though. The only people that's getting killed are Democrats, because those liberals, keep on. And God gonna bring that to your front door. Keep on with your smart mouths. Keep on laughing at people because Alex Jones over there on that little station he got. And what's his name? Steve Bannon. Keep on with that. Keep on. And God gonna bring that stuff right to your front door. It won't be so funny. I bet you won't run around here trying to worship Trump then. Because you won't have time to. Oh, I see people posting the crowds he got. Like that's something. Like that's something. They proud because he got some crowds. He's sitting up there, can't even deal with the fact that he lost. And you want to follow behind somebody that unstable. By the way, all that money that's being sent to him, he using that for his legal fees. He also done bought himself. He's so narcissistic. He's taking the money that these weak-minded people are sending him and done bought himself a Trump one instead of Air Force One. He got a Trump one, and he bought it with their money. But they just love him. And they just want to do everything, I'm telling y'all, they trying to set the stage to get him back in there. That's why they want these Republican governors in place, these Republican secretaries of state. That's why they want them in place. You can take it how you want to. Better learn how to listen to something outside of terrestrial TV. Sirius XM 126, Sirius XM 127. That's what I listen, because I want factual information. And you can call in, and I do. Because I ain't got time for propaganda. This man done took these people money and bought himself an airplane to ride around in to play like he's still the president. And they running out there as if he is. Because they just don't like Biden. They don't even know why. It's just somebody tell them something and they run with it. That man going on. How they went down there trying to buck the FBI. Okay, that man lost his life too, didn't he? Because they going to go, well, y'all taking away his, when they went into Mar-a-Lago. He got a right to have that. You wouldn't say it if it was Obama. You wouldn't say it if it was Biden. You wouldn't even say it if it was George W. Bush. But y'all so caught up. They so caught up in this man. And they, just the way he feel about him, these other Republicans, they feel the same way. They don't have to do nothing. They're going to run out there and vote for them. Democrats are breaking their backs. And you got nerve enough to sit up in your house and not go vote. People, get out of from behind these walls and vote. These people are going to do just what they say that they going to do if they get power. They're not crazy about Herschel Walker. They just trying to get him in there because, you know, his own mama said he ain't got no business doing that. What he doing? When your mama said, okay. And they'll run right out there and vote for him and try to get him up in there. And then when they get him up in there, they'll find a way to get him out of there and get somebody in there that they really want in there. Because they know he don't know nothing. And you got people running out there voting for him. Marjorie Taylor Greene. All these old people. Locally here, we know ours. We know. We know. Either we gonna rise up and get in the fight, or we just gonna sit down somewhere. But guess what? November 8th is coming. But you don't wait right till that day to vote. When you've got 2 weeks that you can be getting out here voting. Let's flood these polls. I heard yesterday, I don't know what the numbers are today, but I heard yesterday that 7.1 million people across America has voted. That's record breaking. 7.1 million have already early voted. That is record breaking. That, they said that's like back in 2020 for the presidential election. Now, all of them are not Democrats. But we getting out there. Let's keep up the momentum. Let's keep up the momentum. Let's keep fighting. We got 2 weeks early voting, and then we got the actual election day. Call some people, talk to some people, and don't let people get you discouraged. Please don't let people get you discouraged. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off of here. Last night, my co-host, she wasn't feeling well, so she wasn't live on last night to have the last conversation with the candidate live with candidate William H. King III for Galveston County Judge. But she done a lot to make sure that happened. We worked side by side. She is my co-host, and I thank God for her. We have been going since January. And it's not easy what's being done to try to make sure that everyone is informed and up to date. But it got done, and not by me alone. I give her a lot of the credit. I really do. And Reverend King said that he is very appreciative of both myself and her. And not only just us, the people on Go TV that he was on, Free Little talk show. He just grateful to everybody. And he mentioned many names. So I am really asking everyone to please go out there and listen to his last conversation on Electra James Inspirational Talks. You can go on YouTube or you can watch it. I've posted it on Facebook. It's got voting locations on there. He got the voting locations, and he reminded us of the dates of early voting. And so also I want to say this. He is going to be at College of the Mainland today, speaking to our young people, our Gen Zs. So you can also go if you want to from 12:30 to 1:30. He will be there. The guest speakers, the Minority Males for Excellence, is the group that has asked him to come. So he is going to be out there speaking on today, talking on his platform and what it is that he wants to do for Galveston County as a judge for Galveston County. And that's going to take us as voters to get him in there. And he is proud to say, and he shared it on last night, that he have some people who are have voted Republican all their life, but they have let him know they voted for him. Independents and Democrats. He's going to the, and that's leading up to what I'm about to say. He is going to the voting sites, just like Beto, making himself visible to people. He's staying back 100 feet like he's supposed to, the amount of feet that he's supposed to stay back from the actual voting poll. You know, he's on site, but he's not up on people. But he is going to the voting sites. He went over to the high school yesterday. The kids wanted him that were of age to vote. They wanted to see his face, and he made that possible. Has fought since January. He's been fighting for your vote. I, as one of the individuals who was on his campaign, can honestly say he is who you see, and he is passionate. He is very passionate about what he want to do for the people, and that we are better together. I can say that. My co-host can say that, because we've had conversations with him outside of just the lives. We've spoken to him, and this is who he is. So again, look for him to be at your polling site. Just there, just letting you know that he's visible. And it's a sign of just saying thank you. Thank you for your vote. And he said that last night. I thank the Republicans who voted for me. I thank the independents who are voting for me. And I thank the Democrats who are voting for me. And that's everyone that myself and my co-host have came on and did conversations with the candidates, which I'm going to be honest. Candidate King is the one that created that. That's how that got started. Conversations with the candidate. That was started by Reverend King, which is the candidate for Galveston County Judge. But then we went on as he was doing the address to Galveston County on the podcast. And that's when God dropped it in my spirit to do Pass the Mic. So we passed the mic to him. And guess what? He spoke for he addressed Galveston County on Electric James Inspirational Talks for an entire hour. And I'm telling you, he laid things out. Just go back onto Electric James Inspirational Talks, my YouTube channel, and you can pull up all of his conversations as he spoke to the viewers, both Republican, Independents, and Democrats. So we thank you again. I want to say thank you so much. I believe we have 2 more candidates this week, and then that will be that. But we're grateful for them all. Yes, we are, for coming on to Electric James Inspirational Talks, keeping you connected, keeping you informed. Now, good people, get up, get out there, and let's go vote. Let's flood these polls today like we did yesterday. And every day, let's get that momentum that we can get more and more people out there. And whatever information that I get, and like I told you, we have 7.1 million people that have already early voted. That's not even counting your paper votes, your mail-in votes. That's not counting those. So it's over. But anyways, they're saying that this election is surpassing in early voting what happened during the presidential election. This last presidential. Let's keep going out there. Let's keep getting that understanding that, you know what, you don't have to fight with people. Don't get exhausted with people that talk the foolishness. Keep moving and be like I say. Hey, dear God, for every one person that say it don't count, give me 3 who know that it do, and let them go to the polls. Okay? That's what we gonna do. We're not gonna practice. We will not practice conscientious stupidity and sincere ignorance. All right? Let's stay on top of this. We got it. All right. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. And don't forget, Reverend King is going to be at College of the Mainland today from 12:30 to 1:30 in the Student Center. And then And he's going to be going to the sites. Like you see, Beto, he's going to be out at the sites. So just look for him to come to your voting place, okay? And it's just for supporting and say thank you for all of your support to him. That's what he's doing. Look for him at your site. All right? Don't forget to go watch that video. It's full of information. It's got the voting locations that you can go to. He broke them down one by one, every last one of them, and the times. So no need to be confused. Bye-bye.